What's going on, everybody? Mike Garapi here. Just wanted to check in with you real quick to let you know that I'm going to be doing a 9-part series about my half marathon training. So this is week 1 already, and I just did my 6.2 mile run this morning. So I'm trying a new plan. It is one that's devised from the guy Ben from This Messy Happy. I'll link to the plan in the description. But essentially it's a 9-week plan. So I've talked before how I feel like the 12-week plan for me, I know it's only 3 weeks more, but it just seems to drag on and on and on. It seems never ending. So last year I tried something a little bit different where I just kind of made up a 8-week plan. And this year I went back to a different style plan from someone who's very successful at running. Like I said, this guy Ben from This Messy Happy. And it's a 9-week program. So he kind of does it in 3-week blocks. So you do 3 weeks and a rest, 3 weeks and a rest. So some of his longer plans, like he does have a 12-week plan, for example, it's essentially 3 4-week blocks where you get a 3-week block and then a rest week, 3 weeks, a rest week, and then 3 weeks and a taper. So in this plan, it's 9 weeks, but it's 3 weeks, a rest week, 3 weeks, and then a 2-week taper. So I'm gonna try that this year, see how it works for me. I like kind of the design of it. It mixes in some strength and conditioning. Like I posted the other day, I did a yoga session. I did some physical therapy exercises that I have that I did when I had the issues with my hip. So kind of use them more as maintenance exercises now to kind of keep strength in the hips, flexibility there, things like that. And of course, yoga, because it's great. I have a runner's program. This woman, I forget her name. It's either Melissa or Rachel. I can't think of it now. Last name is Pacheco, and she does a Runner's World was the magazine back in the day. They're a paywalled website now, so I don't often read articles from their website anymore. But she did a video you can find on YouTube for beginners yoga, runners beginner yoga, something like that. So it's a great routine. It's about 30 minutes, gets really good stretches. In it, she talks about how running is very, front to back, and there's very little side to side. So she incorporates some of that side to side to loosen up some of those muscles that might get locked into a unidirectional kind of exercise. So lets you to kind of, get some left and right motion and stretches and open up your hips and things like that. So there's also then a strength and conditioning day for core. Not sure what I'm going to do for that. The plan calls for nothing heavy, so I'm not going to be in the gym, throwing weights around. Not that I do that much anymore anyway. But I might get to the gym, do some core stuff just to mix it in, and then my gym has a sauna, so probably do a sauna session. So probably do that Sunday, strength and flexibility, and then the middle of the week core and sauna session. So there's two runs a week, long run on the weekend, setting you up for that race day. And then of course, the second block, it becomes, I believe, 4 total runs. So 3 during the week and long run during the weekend, 2 rest days every week, and then strength and conditioning days. So that's what I'm going to be talking to you guys about. I started this week, so this is basically the introduction. And then what I'll do is I'll recap the week and introduce the next week. So this week, I'll grab my plan. I left it on the desk. So this week, like I said, strength and conditioning, 6.2 miles. I did that today instead of Monday. I ran just over 11 miles on Saturday, and it really kicked my ass. So instead of running the 6.2 yesterday, I swapped my rest day yesterday and today. So I ran the 6.2 miles today. That's one thing that I think I've really beaten myself up over in the past, is really stressing over being flexible within a plan. This is what I wrote down, and we all have to be realistic that our lives are not written in pen. You can print out the pages of your calendar, and some people are really good at it, prioritizing what comes first running is important to me, but it's not always top of the list. So sometimes these things are going to get moved around. So most importantly is how I feel in recovery. I strongly believe that some days that you're just not going to have it. So if you can flip one day around, if you have a rest day tomorrow and you make that internal promise that you're going to use the rest day today and do the run tomorrow, if you can do that, I say go ahead and do it. If you're a full-on procrastinator, which I can be about certain things at certain times, and you know that tomorrow's going to come and you're going to go, strength and conditioning is tomorrow, so why don't I do strength and conditioning today and I'll do the run tomorrow. And next thing you know, a week has gone by and you haven't done the run from Monday. So if you can do it, do those little switches. I generally will get the mileage in. I know in previous plans I've not done so well. So this year I'm planning to do much better, and I start the plan off by doing a swap. But I got it in today. Got a better night's sleep. I feel much better, not as sore as I was yesterday. So switch that rest. Tomorrow, strength and conditioning core. As I said, that's every Wednesday. Rest day is every Tuesday until the later weeks where they mix in some interval sessions. Thursdays are tempo runs. So the way he describes that is basically half marathon pace with a warm up and a cool down. Fridays on the plan are rest days, and then Saturdays are the long runs. So he says in it, keep the easy days easy and the hard days hard. And, you have to stretch after every exercise. So every run you promise to stretch. And that's part of his mantra is the things that you cannot skip. Every run you have to stretch afterwards. I firmly believe in that. Out of every maybe 30 runs, I'll skip 1 or 2 times. If it's just so hot outside and it was a miserable run, I might just go jump straight in the pool and I skip that stretching. So that's possible. But when you check out his run or his plan, make sure you adapt it to yourself, because my race in December is on a Saturday. He has his setup where it starts on a Monday and the long days are on Sundays. And then a lot of races are on Sundays. This race this year that I'm planning for is on Saturday. So if I go down the line where my long run is on Sunday, it comes to December 2nd and, my timing's off. So adjust it to yours. His plan looks like this, like I said, where he sets it up in blocks. He has a 3-week block, a rest day, a 3-week block, and then 2 days down here, or 2 weeks down here. So again, 3 weeks, rest week, 3 weeks, and then 2-week taper. That gives us our 9-week plan. So I of course have all my notes on here. I adjusted the Mondays to the Sundays to Mondays and things like that. And then he also has links in his video, in his description, about what those interval sessions are, what the tempo session is. So he's really he's pretty good. I like the way he breaks everything down and the way he thinks about running. And as I've said before, one of his big things he says is, I don't have to run, I get to run. This is a privilege for many of us to be able to do these things, especially me, to be able to be in the position where I can go to Memphis and I'm going to be able to run with 3 of my friends from school. I'm going to be with Jeremy and Rachel and Joe, and we're going to be raising money for children that are sick. And the community there comes together. The city of Memphis comes together. The people of St. Jude come together. People from all over the world come together. I get to do this. And, even more so than just being able to do it, it's the weekend of my wife Darlene's birthday. And she lets me go and do this. It's a big birthday this year. She's going to be turning 30. 30. And she'd kill me if I told you how old she was really turning. But point is, I get to do this. I'm very lucky, and he keeps that mentality, and it keeps me on that mentality as well. So I'm going to wrap this up real quick. I just want to give you a quick breakdown of the Tunnel to Towers race. As you know, Jacob and I did it. I challenged him. I challenged all of you, and I challenge all of you still. to push yourself, to challenge yourself, to set a goal for yourself, step outside of your comfort zone for something, anything, and see if you can do it. Because if you say you can do it up here, your body will let you do it. So I wanted to talk about Jacob running in the Tunnel to Towers. He has an official 5K result of 33 minutes, 17.9 seconds. Overall, he was 250th out of 885 runners. Out of all of the males, he was 170th out of 383. Males 14 and under, he was 14th out of 39. And he ran an average pace of 10 minutes and 43 seconds. And I want to tell you, I ran it with him. I ran it next to him. I kind of paced him, pushed him when I needed to, when I felt he could take that push. I'm still learning what he's capable of as he's learning what he's capable of. So, I've never wanted to be that father that just outwardly pushes, come on. That's just not my style. I never received that well when I was younger. And I can only assume if he's like his father, he's not going to receive it well either. So I try to push him when I feel like he's able to be pushed. But I don't want to be, like the dog sled, just whipping the dogs for no reason. I want to push him when I think he's capable of being pushed and help him and motivate him. And I'll clip some videos from that day here, but oh man, just so proud of him. So happy to teach him about his family, about his great uncle. And he met a fireman that worked with his grandfather. And told a few quick stories, and we jokingly said, let's stick to the fireman stories, huh? Because he and his grandfather raised some hell back in the day, so we quickly said let's stick to the fire stories, huh? But anyway, it was great to see him, let him know about September 11th and New York City and firefighters that his great uncle and his grandfather worked with, and what they did, and see these firemen running in their bunker gear. It's just so inspiring and so humbling, and it's a charity and a foundation that is near and dear to my heart, and so proud to be a part of it in my small way. They do so good. They do so many good things for so many people. First responders, military, Gold Star families. They just, their mantra is let us do good. And they do. They just simply do that. So to be able to get the next generation involved, get them to understand that they can be a part of something bigger than themselves, and support things, and remember 2001. It's important to me, and I'm damn proud of him. There were parts where he didn't want to go, and not that he didn't want to go, that he didn't want to push farther, and he was slowing down, and I was able to get him to go, and we got that last little burst to cross the finish line, and oh man, just so proud of him. So anyway, I'm rambling now like I tend to do. So I'll clip some of those videos that were fun, just a couple second videos here and there, and I'll put those up. And next week, I'll give you a recap of how my week went, all right? So 9 weeks total. We'll go through it like I did a couple years ago when I did the training plan. But this week, I'll keep the videos maybe about this, 10 to 15 minutes, if that, and just give you a recap what I'm thinking about that week, and hope you guys enjoy it. Like I said, see the link in the description or my bio if this is on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, description or bio for the links for both This Messy Happy's half marathon plan and my fundraiser for St. Jude. Like always, I thank you all so much for your support with likes, comments, donations, shares, everything. You guys support what I do, and I love you for it. I really appreciate it. It helps me be motivated when I have to dig deep. I think, I'm going to let all these people down if I don't cross that finish line. So I thank you. I love you, and I'll see you next week. See ya.
Hello. Here you go. Dude, 4 100s. You want ready to go?
Almost. Yeah. Well, no, not yet.
Here you go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Full speed, baby. You got it. Go, go, go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You got it. You got it. You got it. Keep going.
Let's go. We see the flag. We see the flag. Get the energy up. Let's go. Come on. Let's get some cheering going. We see the flag going right here. Come on. Help me out.
We did it.
Energy up. Let's
Yeah. Stand up, though.